Hussein is of me and I am of Hussein. Allah loves those who love Hussein. These were the words of Muhammad, God's messenger, about his little grandson. The Prophet Muhammad made a clear connection between those who are loved by God and those who adore Hussein. When Imam Hussein approached Prophet Muhammad in another occasion, the messenger of God exclaimed, "Welcome, O Abu Abdullah Hussein, the ornament of heavens and earth." How can anybody be the ornament of the heavens and earth other than you, O messenger of God? Another man in the group asked. So the Prophet Muhammad answered, "I swear by the one who sent me as a prophet with the truth that the remembrance of Hussein, the son of Ali, is greater in heaven than it's on earth." He, Imam Hussein, is described as the torch of guidance and the ark of salvation to the right of God's throne. From his youth, Imam Hussein sensed the warmth of Prophet Muhammad's affection. He grew up watching and experiencing Imam Ali and Lady Fatima's suffering. Even at the darkest time, Imam Hussein remained by his master and brother, Imam Hassan, with unshakable allegiance and tremendous patience. Don't you know that following my death and the separation of my spirit from my body, Hussein, the son of Ali, is the next Imam? That was what Imam Hassan reminded some of his close followers before his death. Ashura is the name of reform. So, following Muawiyah's death, Yazid ascended to the throne and sought to impose his will on Imam Hussein. So once again, Imam Hussein criticized the sacrilegious Yazid as a ruler, as well as Muawiyah's monarchical authoritarianism. Furthermore, the gardens have greened and the fruit have matured. Therefore, if you desire, then come near us. Soldiers have collected for you. So regardless of what support Imam Hussein was to receive, he knew that an internal stand against the camp of dehumanization was unavoidable. The betrayal of Prophet Muhammad, the injustice suffered by Imam Ali and Lady Fatima, the treachery to Imam Hassan, and the murder of innocent life culminated in Imam Hussein's movement. So Imam Hussein wrote the following in his will before leaving for Iraq. "I am not departing out of arrogance or pride, neither to promote corruption or injustice. Instead, I am seeking to change the country where my grandfather, Prophet Muhammad, and my father, Imam Ali, were born. I want to encourage virtue and discourage weakness. Those who accept me in accepting the truth understand that God has greater authority over the truth. Regarding those who reject, I'll wait until God, who is the best of judges, to judge between me and those who reject with truth." Imam Hussein accompanied a group of his close friends and family members to Iraq. Even women and children decided to fight alongside the third Imam in his heroic war. On the journey, Imam Hussein learned that his messenger to Kufa had been killed and that the Kufa people had abandoned him. So after receiving the news, Imam Hussein remarked, "Our Shia supporters have abandoned us." So he told his followers that they are free if they want to depart. Those who remained loyal to Imam Hussein's mission possessed the highest levels of intelligence, faith, and love. The sad and heroic events that followed are too many to be fully explained in these few words. Every year, however, the heroic 72 defenders, headed by Imam Hussein, are remembered across the world for their moral battle. Sincere devotees' elegies, meditation, tears, and principal acts speak volume about Imam Hussein's global message of truth, justice, and love for humanity. Even before preaching Islam, the Arabs believed the holy month of Muharram to be a month in which bloodshed was prohibited. Sacred blood, however, was spilled in the country of Karbala on the 10th day of that month. On the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein was killed by a cruel group who claimed to be followers of Prophet Muhammad, that they were not. Imam Hussein's revolution had just begun, and they had no idea. Arba'in's trip. The day of Arba'in occurs 40 days after the day of Ashura, which commemorates the death of Hussein bin Ali in the Battle of Karbala. Hussein bin Ali was a revolutionary leader in the 7th century who gave his life for social justice. In Islamic culture, the typical mourning time is 40 days. As a result, millions of people all over the world commemorate the tale of Hussein, his family, and his companions on Arba'in Day. For whom do millions of people go such a great distance? Arba'in is a unique occurrence that minds far away from him and who are unaware of Hussein's actuality and position cannot comprehend. It's one of the greatest peaceful gatherings in which no one intervenes to summon and organize it. Rather, it happens on its own. The Shia have been protesting the persecution and injustice against the Prophet's family at Arba'in for decades. During Saddam Hussein's reign, the Arba'in marching was outlawed, but it was reinstated in 2003 after his overthrow. In recent years, more than 20 million pilgrims from all over the world have visited Karbala during Arba'in. So the day of Arba'in is commemorated by millions of people all over the world. Approximately 1400 years later, it observed as a day to honor Hussein's sacrifice for social justice. They are renewing their allegiance in response to his call 1400 years ago. Is there any helper to help me? Did the Imam need rescuing? Did the Imam look for a way out? No, this was a call for the ages, a call for us to stand up and choose right from wrong, whatever the battle we may face in our day-to-day, whatever our Karbala. So, is it possible for us to stand up for what is right? This is for the Iqad in Ziyarat al-Arba'in, the 40th day salutation taught to us by the 6th Imam, in which we say to the Imam, I bear witness that you made every effort and put your heart, mind, soul, and life at the disposal of Allah's mission to liberate the people from the yoke of ignorance through his sacrifice. We will shine Islam in practice via his sacrifice on the 10th of Muharram, when we saw the Prophet's practical message of submitting to Allah's will, no matter what the circumstances were. His prayer for aid was a call for us to likewise submit, no matter what the surrender is. The day of Arba'in. On this day, people typically organize massive marches in cities throughout the world to symbolize Hussein's revolution's everlasting character and to demonstrate their support to social justice, compassion, and dignity. In recent years, a ritual walking hundreds of kilometers from around different parts of Europe to Karbala has been revived. Since then, the number of pilgrims has gradually increased from 17 million to at least 25 million, despite the fear of terrorists who have pledged to target the pilgrims. People of all ages of society and all parts of the world take the trip. Volunteers give free food and beverages to pilgrims throughout the 80-kilometer road from Najaf to Karbala, as well as spaces to relax, wash, and sleep. Arba'in Day has grown to become the world's largest annual peaceful gathering, with attendance expected to rise a lot each year. It's difficult to include all the facilities available to trip guests on both sides of the roadway, including food and beverages, bakeries that sell sweets, medical help, mobile charging, foot massage, free international calls are being supplied. Repairs for wheelchairs, strollers, and even shoes are available. These folks have turned the lengthy distance between Najaf and Karbala into an open mosque, where supplication, verses from the Holy Quran, and prayers are conducted during the journey. There are certain things that words cannot express, and you must witness for yourself the generosity of the inhabitants of this nation, who are already poor, yet prepared to give all they have for these yearly guests. They recruit themselves, their families, and their money as a present for Hussein's service. With a satisfied look, a loving heart, and the motto of "We are the servants of Abu Ali's visitors," as if the king's crown were on their heads.